Well, welcome to the Missouri Healthy Schools podcast. My name is Dr. Guy Danhoff, and I'm going to be your host. Over the next half hour or so, we're going to be celebrating 100 years of MOSHAPE, the Missouri Society for Health and Physical Educators. And they're going to be talking about keeping it real over the next 100 years, actually keeping it 100. And without further ado, I want to bring on some guests. I'm going to start with Matt Symonds. And Matt, let's bring you on. There's Matt. Matt is the executive director for MOSHAPE. And I got to start with the question, what does it mean to you to celebrate 100 years of MOSHAPE?
Well, I think we're just super excited about it, for one thing. I mean, it's a big deal to have been around for that long and to continue to make progress and impact in health and physical education in Missouri. So we're super excited about what Brandy and her team have put together and looking forward to getting together next week.
All right. And our next guest is Brandy Lynch, the president of MOSHAPE. Brandy, I know, what a year to be the president, right? Celebrating that 100 years. So what does it mean to you as we're going to have this podcast specifically designed for the 100-year celebration?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I just will let the record show that when I became president-elect, it was not mentioned that that was going to be our 100th year and that there was all these additional opportunities, but I am absolutely here for it. And I don't know that any other convention would have fit the theme that we ended up using, which is keeping it 100. So yeah. I am so thankful to be a part of this. And there are so many great things to celebrate in our state and health and physical education and the partnerships that we've made. And we are going to have a blast next weekend.
Absolutely. And with that, just so you guys know, or may not know, certainly I've been hosting the Missouri Healthy Schools podcast live for literally well over 5 years now. And I was also had the privilege and the blessing of being the MOSHAPE president just 2 years ago for 2023. So it wasn't that long ago. So obviously I'm super stoked because of being part of its history and certainly all the things that have happened since, my presidency and everything that's happened after me. And then last but not least, we got another special guest, and we got with us Laura Beckman, the former Missouri Healthy Schools director. Laura, it is so great to see you. We used to do this all the time on a regular basis, and now somehow they say you're retired, or I guess that's short for I'm a consultant these days. So Laura, how are you, and what does this mean, celebrating 100 years of MOSHAPE?
Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I mean, I belong to MOSHAPE since, well, I'm not even going to tell you how old I am. So, I mean, to be a part of it, and I'll be there this coming weekend, guys. I will be there joining in the fun and the learning and the camaraderie of all of our PE health folks. It's exciting. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of really neat highlights for the 100 years, I hear, in the schedule. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's going to be one of those years that you just don't want to miss at all.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And just want to let everyone know, if you are our live viewer, you can put any comments in the chat and we'll bring them on live, whether it's a comment or a question. Again, we're here to celebrate anyone who wants to celebrate with us because this is a live event. And Laura, I think one of the starting points, is to really talk about one of the partnerships that Brandy talked about, is that importance of that. And one of the strongest ones and more strategic ones has been the MOSHAPE partnership with Missouri Healthy Schools and the alliance that we have. And I was wondering if you could speak to that and speak to the significance of that, as we've been doing this for quite a few years now.
Yeah, for sure. Since 2018, the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education has been funded by the Centers for Disease Control around a Healthy Schools initiative. And it's in 17 states. And Missouri's lucky to be involved with that, with the Department of Health and Senior Services. But one of our key partners is MOSHAPE. And the reason being is because the whole initiative of Missouri Healthy Schools is to focus on policies and best practices and programs that support and address students' needs. And we know health needs specifically. And we know that when students are healthy, it's linked to academic achievement, it's linked to their attendance, it's a link to their overall success in schools. There's a lot of research on that. So one of the key focus areas is quality health and physical education, because we know that when we begin to work with young youth and we teach them about healthy behaviors and we teach them about positive behaviors, that we then see the results in success in school and being healthy mentally, physically, socially, and emotionally, so that they can thrive not only in school, but beyond school and in life itself. So in quality health and physical education, we really focus on those key behaviors that can present a risk if we don't. And it's so important that these kids get taught these behaviors at a very young age throughout 12th grade. And with physical education, we hope to promote comprehensive physical activity, where students are learning about the importance of physical activity, how it helps their bodies, but then moving into, physical activity before and after school, physical activity during school, during recess time, and beginning to be lifelong within those habits of, healthy behaviors. So that's what we really thrive to do with quality health and physical education.
And Laura, I was wondering if you could just, address just a few of the highlights of some of the results, because I know, like, even during my presidency, I believe that Missouri Healthy Schools gave out like $60,000 in some funding. I forget the total number of schools, but it was definitely near a dozen or more. And that was a very significant time. And I was just wondering if you could maybe give us just a few of those success stories and the impact that this alliance has had.
Yeah, Missouri Healthy Schools is a statewide initiative. And with MOSHAPE, we're really excited because, with Matt and Brandy, they are experts in the field amongst many of the MOSHAPE leaders and staff on the board. And I've been involved with the board, and these people are passionate. They're passionate, truly believe in what we do. And so being able to fund schools across the state and give them some resources where they can assess their environment and what are their students' needs to be engaged in physical activity or, engage in healthy activities. And so some of these, the funding that was used was to just get equipment for recess. Some of these kids didn't even have equipment, or to promote staff wellness programs, because not only do we help our students, but we help the staff, because if staff are healthy, they will be able to, push that off into their students and be role models for them, for their students. So we saw discipline referrals go down with that. Mm-hmm. We saw an increase, like rock climbing walls, increase in after school programming, participation. Mm-hmm. And that's crucially important for kids to be able to find something that they enjoy and to be able to socially be involved with others and be active.
Right. And Matt, let's bring it from your end on the MOSHAPE side. I know, since you've come in to be our executive director, what's that been like now, continuing in the rich tradition of this alliance with Missouri Healthy Schools?
Well, I think it's huge for us, not only the support we get from Missouri Healthy Schools, but the professional development that we can provide folks that is aligned to the things that Laura's talking about. Really, I think what the partnership is all about is how can we work together to improve their the health and physical activity in their schools.
Right.
And to, really go back even to 2018, like Matt said, we have developed a lot of resources together pre-COVID, during COVID, when we were in the crisis. What do PE classes look like? What do our health classrooms look like? What do we do? And because of our alliance, we were able to pull a lot of our experts together to create these resources to support our staff, our health and PE teachers across the state to continue quality programming as best we could. And so we have years of podcasts that we've done together, such as this one, resources that are on MOSHAPE's website, as well as in DESI's website. We also utilize, the experts to come up and help standards for the state of Missouri. We just now had some of the key folks from MOSHAPE come up and support us on some legislative items on new Missouri health education standards, on the legislation on child abuse curriculum, legislation on mental health awareness curriculum. I mean, there's a lot of pieces that we've utilized our alliance with MOSHAPE to help support in creating resources that are quality resources.
Absolutely. Laura, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to jump on. I know you've been part of MOSHAPE for a very, very long time. And I know that all of us on this podcast just so enjoy working with you. And I'm just so glad to see that, you're retired and doing your thing still as a consultant. And, I'm serious. It's just great to have you on the podcast again, because we used to have you on such a regular basis. And it's just so great seeing you again.
Well, it's good to see all of you. And I hope to see you in person next weekend at the MOSHAPE conference. So excited to be there and, see everybody face to face finally.
Yeah.
And enjoy, being back together.
Absolutely. Well, Laura, thanks again for jumping on.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Laura.
Bye, friend.
Talk about energy. Bottle it up and sell it, right? Exactly. All right. So now let's get into some more fun things, and let's actually get into as we go right here is Matt, let's throw this to you. What are some of the history highlights as you look at 100 years of MOSHAPE?
Well, I think, first of all, I need to shout out to Dr. Sherry Beeler and Dr. Sally Schulte for the work that they've done compiling so much of the history information. Sherry and Sally have worked a lot on organizing that. But when you look back, we kind of formally organized in 1925, and there was some informal meetings and organization even prior to that, kind of in the late 19-teens. But if you think about the leaders and the impact that those folks have had, not only in Missouri but around the country, it's been really impressive to kind of see some of those things that have happened over the years. Our first president was a guy named Henry Curtis, and he was a nationally known expert in play, and he's written multiple books about play, and it's just really interesting to see some of those things. And then we have like the Helen Manleys of the world.
Yeah,
we have an award in Missouri named after Helen Manley at MOSHAPE, and she was a AFERD president in the 30s.
Wow.
We have Dr. Kathleen Kinderfather, who was a national leader in dance. We have Dr. Dennis Dochev, who was a NASP president.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the list goes on and on. You could name people off over and over and over again, folks that have served on the Shape America or AFERD board over the years. I mean, it's just been, there's so many things to be proud of from a history standpoint. And really, the more that every time I talk to Sherry today on the phone, and every time I talk to Sherry, it's like she's got another nugget of some sort of history item that it's like, wow, I did not know that. And that is, so it's really cool to see the impact over the years that folks have had.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing related to that is, going forward, even in recent times, the impact that people have continue to have in the future is really exciting too. So It's just a really neat time, and I think it's good to take the opportunity to celebrate these occasions when they come around. And so we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Brandy, what's your reflection on this? I know obviously at the convention in just a few weeks, we're not too far away. You're obviously going to be doing that, but for right now, for the sake of the podcast, when you think about history highlights, what comes to mind?
I think of, and I told you before when we did the teaser video, that it just feels like we are standing on the shoulders of giants. I know that Shape America has been around for a long time, and it's just such a collective effort that all these people are coming together with a common goal to advocate for quality health and physical education. And it is absolutely wild. I'm not surprised, but I am excited about how many big names and some of the policies and initiatives that have come out of Missouri. So I'm not native, I'm not from Missouri, but I'm so proud to be in the state and to be a part of this amazing organization that has evolved throughout the years. And you're right. If you ever catch Sherry Beeler, ask her for a fun fact about MOSHAPE, because she has them coming out of every pocket. And whether you ask for it or not, you're probably going to get a little fun fact, a little tidbit about our MOSHAPE history. And her and Sally have done such an amazing job of digging and digging. And they go down rabbit holes every time. She said, I was looking for something, I found something else, and then it led me over here. And did you know? And I'm like, I didn't know. Surely I didn't know. But there's not even like one fact that just sticks out to me, because there is so much rich history. And I am really excited to share about that. And we'll talk about it a little bit later in the podcast at one of our luncheons.
Oh, absolutely. And I know this is just a little teaser for what's going to happen in just a few weeks at the MOSHAPE State Convention, certainly at the Lodge of the Four Seasons. And, Brandon, I want to throw this out there right now. If someone wanted to attend, they still could in person, right? Because the convention's coming up on November 14th to the 16th. Explain how they could do that.
Yeah, we have a link that is live, and they can sign up at any time through that. We still have some hotel room available at the lodge. And then even if they just wanted to show up on the scene, they can walk up to the registration table. And we have some lovely folks that will take their information, and they can just show up and hang out with us that weekend.
Absolutely. So, just let our viewers know, this is kind of like live theater in a sense. And we're going to actually just slightly deviate from the program only because we have Kyle Salvo live on location somewhere. Let's bring Kyle on, because I know he's got to get moving. He's got some things going on with his family, but nevertheless, we're going to bring on Kyle Salvo so we can talk about Health Moves Minds, as there's going to be a panel at the convention. Without further ado, let's bring on Kyle Salvo. Let's see. There we go. There's Kyle. Kyle, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Guy?
Good. We're so glad you could join us. We see that you're outside. Of course, there's nothing new. I was actually sharing the story before we went on air about one of the coolest times I got to actually interview you. You were on the rooftop at your school. Remember that? You're on the rooftop of your school. We shoot that at night. It was still a little daylight. It was kind of getting dark. You slept overnight on the rooftop in support of Health Moves Minds. And the next day, what happens? 2 helicopters show up at your school, get aerial footage. You're all over morning news. And then the big thing is you call me or text me and say, hey, I want to let you know this guy from ABC News out of New York wants your podcast, or excuse me, not your podcast, but your live Facebook feed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All in what? Promoting Health Moves Minds. So who better to talk about Health Moves Minds in Missouri than you, my friend?
Yes, it was an incentive, and those students of mine, they rocked it out. So we met our goal, and that was one of the incentives. So I spent the night up there on the roof, and I wore it the next day for sure.
So talk to us about convention, and in particular, talk to us about the Health Moves Minds panel that you're planning.
Yeah, so we've got the Health Moves Minds panel at one of our luncheons, and just coming up in about a week. And it's going to be awesome because we've got 2 teachers from Missouri that have led successful Health Moves Minds programs and fundraisers at their school. And we've got Janet Anderson and Neil Theriault, who just blew their previous years out of the park. And it's all because of how easy the Health Moves Minds fundraiser is to do at your school. This year they partnered with Booster, And last year, they partnered not only with Booster but with Dude Perfect. So a lot of the incentive gifts and prizes were Dude Perfect related. Now I'm not going to spill any secrets or anything about what some of those prizes are this year, but it's going to be just as cool. It really gets the kids excited, and it's all through an SEL program that is laid out day by day with videos that are hyperlinked, with messages, with activities. You can share out those links to the classroom teachers and have those classroom teachers show those quick little 2 to 3 minute videos there in the classroom if you don't see your kids every day in PE. And it's incredibly easy and incredibly just beneficial to your school, because how many people get thousands of dollars for their PE budgets? How many get PE budgets at all? So this is really extended my equipment room tenfold, 20-fold. Now I'm running into the problem of where am I going to store this equipment? So the Health Moves Minds program is an excellent way to bring funds into your school, not with just PE equipment, but we're outfitting our OT PT rooms with equipment that they need. Flexible seating bands for kids that just need to move inside their classroom. Flexible seating, you name it, and we're buying it for our school with the Health Moves Minds funds.
Kyle, that is so phenomenal. And I cannot wait for all of us to hear those success stories and how you can go about raising money through this amazing program with Health Moves Minds. Kyle, we so look forward to seeing you, at the convention, and certainly with this, with the panel. And certainly just want to congratulate you once again on just leading the charge in this area, because we know when we go to the national convention, we usually see you on that podium receiving one of the top 3 awards for receiving some funding for what you've been able to do with this program. And we're so blessed to have you here at MOSHAPE, certainly leading the way for us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
All right, Kyle. Well, I know you're not going on a rooftop right now, but try to stay warm. Okay, my friend?
We will. It's soccer season.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Kyle.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Matt, what is that? I mean, come on. I mean, doesn't it just warm your heart? I mean, he's just, ever since I've met him and ever since I've had the chance to shoot him on location multiple times, actually, for that, he just brings so much consistency, and he just cares so much. Not only what he does at his school and his students, but also as a leader in our state. So I wonder if you could comment on some things that you see as you interact with him, kind of on a monthly basis.
Yeah, I would just say our entire Health Moves Minds team in the state is fantastic. And Missouri, since the beginning of the program, has been a leader in the country in fundraising for Health Moves Minds and involvement with that. And Kyle took over for Christy Beery, who's also been an outstanding national leader in Health Moves Minds. And Christy's still active in the team, and they're just, you can't say enough good things about what they do for their schools. And when you really see how the program impacts the schools more broadly,
right?
I mean, it's great for the PE program, but what those schools have done with the funds they've raised for the entire school has just been, it's been really, really fun to see. And it's just a really neat program, and we hope to continue to grow. We want to get more people involved. And I think the partnership with Booster has been really positive. And so I think there's some good opportunities for growing the program going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandy, we're going to bring it to you. This is what a lot of people are probably waiting for right now. It's time to deliver the goods, because we're going to be talking about the convention preview. Brandy, I just know that Matt's done this before. I've done this before. We know how much planning goes into this, and we're only guessing that what you have to do, because you have to factor for the 100-year celebration, you're probably doing more than any of us have ever done in any given year. So with that, talk to us about the convention. What is going to happen?
I will not take credit for any of it, right? I have surrounded myself with absolutely amazing people on the convention planning committee and peripheral. Our board of directors, our members have just been phenomenal. Teamwork makes the dream work. If I wasn't going to go with keeping it 100 as my theme, teamwork makes the dream work was going to be it, because no one person can do this alone. And
Right.
I do have the title of president for this 1 year, and I'm so honored to do that.
Yeah.
But this is not a one-person show. I am thankful to be in this position, but it has absolutely been a team effort, and we have so many amazing things coming up. And the first thing that we should probably just touch on is the pre-con sessions. So
Okay.
for those who want to come early, it doesn't cost anything extra, but we have 3 amazing pre-cons. So one is our health session led by MOSHAPE's very own Melanie Zur and Amy Schulte, and they'll be
yeah.
talking about some health concepts. And then we have Ben Holden, who's one of our featured speakers, and he is coming all the way from the UK. And we're not the only place he's stopping, but he is including Missouri in his national tour. And so we're excited to have him, and he's going to be talking about winning warm-ups. And then we also, another one we're super excited about is the U.S. Soccer Federation will be hosting a pre-con. And for all of those who attend that session, they will receive a free set of soccer balls, and they will receive free lessons and curriculum that are aligned to national standards. And so we have an amazing lineup. You can't go wrong with any of those sessions. And so those numbers are filling up quick, and we are excited to see people at the beginning. I feel like I just got blurry, and I don't know why. What's happening?
You kind of did.
I'm moving around too much. Oh my gosh.
It's
don't
all
know.
right.
There
we go. All right. Talk to us about the featured speakers. What do we got cooking this convention?
Listen. So I already told you about Ben Holden. So he's one of our featured speakers. And so he will be doing several sessions throughout convention. And it's not every day that you get someone from like an international, he's written a book. He is very well known, has a huge following on social media. And so he's going to come and bring his expertise across a variety of topics that we will be excited to hear throughout convention. And then we have an open national trainer that is coming from Colorado named Joe Dixon. So we're excited that Open is sending us one of the very best. Joe Dixon is coming, and she is Missouri homegrown. She is native, so she's coming here.
Sweet.
Hanging out with the fam. She's a UCM alum, Mules and Jennies, right?
Wow.
And then
Okay.
we also have our featured keynote is going to be Dr. Joe from Nebraska. And I told you a little bit of this story when I talked to you earlier, but the very first MOSHAPE that I went to, I didn't know anybody, and I was just kind of feeling out the scene. I brought a bunch of students with some of my colleagues, and so we sit down for that first keynote, and Dr. Joe gets up there, and she just starts going. And my students were like, boom, they are locked in. And it is hard to capture the attention of college students, and they were laser focused the whole time. And when it was over, a bunch of my guys came up and they were like, Dr. Lynch, you think she'd take a picture with us? And I was like, you've made it when a bunch of college dudes want to take a selfie with you. And so we have, boom, like a selfie with Dr. Joe. And so when we were talking about who do we want for the 100 years, it was like, that was the first person I told Matt, I'd love to get Dr. Joe, because she made an impression on my students. She made an impression on me. I've never gotten to tell her the story, so I'm excited to tell her in person. But it was really fun as Sherry and them were going through the history. They actually found a document that said Dr. Joe spoke as a keynote. Matt, was it exactly 30 years ago?
1995. Yep.
1995. Dr. Joe is the keynote. So let's go. If my career will say that I can be a keynote, and then fast forward 30 years and be like, I'll show up at the scene and do it again. That winning, #winning. Dr. Joe's winning. And I want to be like her when I grow up.
That is such a cool story. I love it. So we've got some great featured speakers. And also, I'm going to be honest with you, I am a big trivia guy, and I cannot wait to see who wins this. Talk to us about the history trivia of MOSHAPE, because right now, I don't know, Brandy, do you know what year Matt was president by chance? Do you know?
I was alive, I'm sure.
Oh, ouch.
Sorry, Matt.
I'm not that old, Brandy.
It hasn't been since I've been in Missouri. How about that? I've only been here 9 years, so it hasn't been in the last 9.
Okay, man, I'm spitballing because I didn't look it up. I just know, I believe you were in the like the early 2010s, like
2010. Yep.
2010.
Oh,
right. Oh, how about
rude.
that? Boom.
Not even close.
Not bad. I wasn't even doing media for us then.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That I just remember that because I was on the representative assembly back then. But I do remember working with all the presidents, you know, on the media side. So that's pretty good. I got 2010. Yeah. So anyways, there's a trivia for you. See, Matt was 2010. I have another one for you. Brandy verified this with me. Do you know who was the last president to have over 1,000 people show up at convention?
I do.
Okay.
I do know that.
You want to give us the answer?
Julie Lukonoff.
Yeah,
was.
Julie.
That
I
Our current
know.
past president.
Woo, woo. I know she's currently our past president, but we were looking through the, you know, some of those record books or not record books. Well, I guess the records, yeah, because they're records. But it's been really cool hearing some of the history. So, Brandy, tell us how this is going to work, and what do you win for prizes? I'm assuming
Ooh.
MOSHAPE swag.
Assume away. You're going to have to just show up, but it will be worth it. I mean, you don't know competition like a bunch of PE teachers in one room having nachos and doing trivia kind of competition. So we are going to have a nacho bar. I don't know if that was secret, but that's something we're doing different this year. And we're going to have trivia instead of a keynote speaker. So on Saturday, we'll have time for everybody to meet and greet, catch up with your people, talk about the great sessions you went to that morning. And then we'll hear from our Health Moves Minds panel and be inspired by real teachers who went through that process with no special training or expertise, and the confidence they gained with the partnership through Booster, and then what they did with the funds they received, because it used to be a gift card and now it is a direct deposit into your account. So many different things. It has just opened up what you can do with that funding and how you can share it out with just the broader school community and like local community, right? So then we're going to get into trivia, and we will be in groups of 8 because there should be 8 chairs at a table. So choose your team wisely, and we will have a question on the board, and there'll be some multiple choice answers, and we'll be writing those answers on whiteboards, sending somebody up with that answer, and then we'll 3, 2, 1 show, and we'll compare it. And if they get it right, you get a token, bring it back to your table, and then whoever ends up with the most tokens wins the day. But that last question is going to be a wager question. So the last question is going to be we save the best for last. You can wager it all, and we'll see who ends up with the most at the end. But Sherry and Sally have come up with so many cool things, and I'm just going to throw it out there for those who are listening. There will be like Taylor Swift style Easter eggs of hints and tips throughout convention. So keep those eyes open for some hints on what our trivia might be about.
That sounds pretty darn cool to me. And I certainly cannot wait to hear who wins that competition, because I'm telling you right now, that's the title to have for the next 100 years. Because who's ever doing 100 years from now, they're going to pull up this podcast. They'll know who won, and then they can pull it up on that show. How about that, right?
I mean, that might be the prize. You just gave it away, guy. 100 years.
Exactly. Just got to make another 100 years. All right.
Put on a plaque.
All right. Let's now shift our attention, Matt. Let's bring you on now and talk about the vendors. As we know that MOSHAPE could not do the things that we do without the support of so many vendors. I just know that, over the last, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I mean, vendors have played such a huge role with what we're doing. So I was wondering if you kind of give us the lay of the land of how MOSHAPE is working with the vendors at this year's convention.
Yeah, we're super excited this year. We've got some great sponsors. We've got some great vendors. In fact, we had to close our vendor registration because we ran out of space.
Nice.
So that's super exciting.
Yep.
We've got something for everybody.
Yep.
Ranging from curriculum resources in health and physical education to equipment suppliers to publishers, to retirement system experts to talk about the school retirement system. And one of the things we're really excited about, and I want to give props to Brandy on this, she's from the very beginning has worked hard on trying to get an on-site t-shirt vendor. And we're going to have one of those this year. And so we're
That's
really
cool.
excited about that. We've got a lot of interest from folks that are coming to the convention.
Yep.
They want to get a commemorative T-shirt while they're there. And so I just am really excited about that. And I really want to shout out our sponsors,
Yeah.
U.S. Soccer Foundation,
Yep.
9 Square in the Air,
Yep.
and then U.S. Games and Open,
Yep.
and Health Smart are our Teacher of the Year sponsors. So
Yeah.
those sponsors play a huge role in making the convention a success. But along with all the vendors, I mean, we couldn't have the same experience for the attendees if we didn't have participation from the vendors. And
Right.
we're super, super excited about this year because, like I said, I think there's something for everyone. And so we hope folks will really take advantage of visiting the vendors,
Right.
talking to them, getting their insight, their expertise, how they can help their programs be better moving forward.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And certainly I want to give a shout out to all of them as well, as I know some of them that you mentioned, you know, in my presidency just a couple of years ago, you know, from talking with them. And it's just great to see that, you know, continue as it's such a hallmark of what we do moving forward. So Matt, I want to keep it with you. Talk to us about, you know, the past presidents social as well as the recognition that they might get at the banquet. Because I know the past presidents, it's a very, you know, very unique group to be part of, and we're blessed to be part of that group. I was wondering if you could give us a little insight of what we can expect from that.
Yeah. So with the 100-year celebration, we've got a couple of special things planned for past presidents. One is on Friday evening, Julie Lukanoff, our current past president, is hosting a social for the past presidents. And we've got a great turnout. I think almost 20 past presidents are going to be in attendance.
Wow.
At that, which is just awesome. We're going to have people from different eras, and the ones I've talked to are so excited about reconnecting with people who haven't seen for a while. And so we're really excited about that. And then at the banquet, we will recognize the past presidents. And then we'll have a couple photo opportunities at the banquet for the past presidents too. One of the things that Sherry and I have uncovered in the history process is some photos from past years where past presidents were at a banquet, and there were group photos. And so it's really fun to see those folks continue to be involved and care about the organization, and really continue to be advocates for quality health and physical education. And so anytime we can invite and include all those past presidents is just a really good feather in our cap, I think, for the organization, and recognizes the work that they put in as a volunteer, right? I mean, this volunteer organization, and we couldn't do it without those folks. So we're super excited about including them and getting those folks back together.
So exciting. Oh, I love it. All right. So now, Matt, we got one more for you. We know that there's a national convention coming to the Show Me State. It is called Shape KC. Shape America's going to have their national convention. And I was wondering if you could just give us a little bit of a preview of how MOSHAPE's connected to it. But, you know, can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, well, you know, when it's in your state, the state organization is the host. But I think there's probably somebody better maybe in the wings to talk more about Shape Kansas City. So how about we bring our special guest on?
Well, we got it. Brandy, got to lead us out.
I mean, he doesn't need an introduction with names because we can just chant it out and y'all know who we're talking about. Shape KC. Shape KC. Shape KC. Shape KC.
Shape KC. We got the president of Shape America, Dr. Joe, with us in the house. Joe, I love the glasses. Hey, by the way, it's really funny that you have those because at that convention, look, I even got my pair too. Look at that. And we didn't even plan it. We didn't even plan it.
I've been sitting in the back listening to
Yeah.
your whole thing. I'm so super excited for your conference and for you. I heard Kyle talking about Health Moves Minds, sponsored by Booster, and so I had to get out my Health Moves Minds sponsored by Booster sunglasses.
Right
and
there, Booster.
Yeah, guys got his on too. So I'm just getting pumped, right? I'm sorry. I just got overcome with it. I'm super excited. So I'm happy for you guys and super excited for your 100-year celebration coming up.
Yeah.
Lots of amazing names that I've had a chance to work with over the years, and so I'm super excited to bring the SHAPE National Conference back to the Central District, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not excited to. SHAPE America is excited too. I'm just excited to be a part of it and just be a part of our amazing staff coming in. The conference itself runs from March 17th through the 21st. You talked about, pre-conference. I forgot that we actually have the NFL on the 16th in the afternoon from, I believe it's like 1 to 4 o'clock. And that's that flag football that the NFL is a big sponsor on. So if you get registered for that, and all you have to do is attend, and you get to learn all the activities and stuff. And they're going to send you a set of equipment for free just for registering. The NFL is going to. So
wow.
That's a great opportunity that people want to get out there. Registration opened late last week.
Yep.
And so get out there and take advantage of those pre-conference rates. Get registered in a hotel. We need lots of volunteers.
Okay.
You were talking about that. We need lots of volunteers, and the beauty of volunteerism is that you get an opportunity to get a reduced rate on your registration when you do. $150 off for professionals, $120 for students. So so that there's an application process out on SHAPE's website right now that you can go out there and fill out if you want to have that opportunity. And it's just a few hours. And the best part about it is like you can work at the SHAPE America booth in the exhibit hall, or you can help direct people to where they're going. So it's a great opportunity to network with people and do all the things that we're really there to do anyways, outside of going to great sessions. So I know people are out there patiently waiting for their acceptances on their sessions. They're coming very soon. So we're just super excited to get out there and do it. I mean, I've been involved with a lot of Central District conferences in Kansas City, but I have not had the chance to be a part of a national conference while there. So I can't wait to get out there. There's a justification toolkit that SHAPE America has put together with all the rationales that you can think of for why it makes sense for you to go to SHAPE America's conference. You can local teachers in the area that are driving back and forth that don't need housing while they're there still get registered and take advantage of those pre-conference rates. You can get those without having to get housing if you're local to the area and within driving distance. So I can't think of a better. I mean, there is no better professional development you're ever going to have in the state of Missouri than 100 years of Missouri MOSHAPE, and then also the SHAPE National Conference. Both of them right there in your state. Like, hello. Wow. Like, I mean,
well, yeah. And Joe, talk to us just a little bit, on the continuation, because we know just 2 years ago, SHAPE America launched in Cleveland. SHAPE Cleveland launched the national standards for both health and PE standards. We know that there were some more things that were added in resources at SHAPE Baltimore from last year, because I know that I did some cover stories on that for SHAPE America. Give us a little preview of what's going to happen this year as we certainly continue into year 3 with SHAPE America on the national health and PE standards.
Right. Yeah. Great guy. Yeah. I mean, obviously that was an area of focus when they were asking people to put sessions together for the conference, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, boom, we got to get these standards out there. We want to get them to take the stands. We want to get them to start aligning their curriculums with the standards. Well, guess what? Now that people are doing it and having success with it, come back and let other people see your sessions where you're doing it. We also have a post conference, if you want to call it that Saturday from 8 to noon on the 21st. And that's where you're gonna have an opportunity to sign up for a 4-hour session that's just focused on health education, aligning your curriculum with the new health education standards or the new physical education standards. So it's kind of a post conference on that last day from 8 to 12, and it'll just be straight activities, curriculum aligning with the new standards that are out for physical education and health education. So. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day is that first Tuesday, the 17th. So I'm super excited. Got an outfit all picked out for the occasion.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. I mean, we gotta take advantage of all these great opportunities. Our coffee talks are back again. I mean, if anybody's not familiar with the coffee talk, it's a flip the script. That's what I always say. So what, you like the topic, come to the coffee talk, and guess what? You tell me what you're doing with that stuff. You tell me your ideas you got. Somebody else says it, and the next thing you know, you form a friendship, and you form an alignment and start sharing things with each other. And coffee talks are the opportunity to you not be an attendee, but you be you be a part of it. And I'm facilitating the conversation. So we have lots of coffee talk opportunities on each of the days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the conference. So exhibit hall with all kinds of great ideas, activities. All of their vendors, like you said, U.S. Games earlier, Gopher, who's a big partner, Shape Americas will be there. All kinds of niche activities that will be out there. Vendors will be, on site wanting to connect with you, and it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting. But what I don't know enough about is, and I'm leaning on Brandy, Matt, and Guy here. Like, where am I going to go eat? What am I going to do? I mean, I know it's blues and barbecue in Kansas City, but like, what suggestions you have for me? I'm kind of a karaoke bar guy too, if you aren't familiar with that. So any ideas for me, any of you?
All right, I'm gonna shout out the very first one, and that's gonna be none other than Jack Stack. Jack Stack has got the best barbecue in all of Kansas City, in my opinion. They are famous for barbecue burnt ends. Matt said earlier the baked beans are to die for, and they're also known for their corn. So Jack Stack is one place to go. And Joe, I'm not kidding you. When you get there, I know that we historically will always film the president making an address every day. I want to figure out a way where we can get on that rooftop and go live from there, because I want you to
get a rooftop. You eat on the rooftop?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got to figure out how to get you
all
on the
about
rooftop
that.
So we can get some barbecue.
I mean, I'm not Kyle, and I'm spending the night out there on the rooftop.
Well, I know.
I'm definitely having dinner on the rooftop.
Exactly. So that's my vote would be Jack Stack's for sure on one of the days that you are there at certainly Shape KC. Matt, how about you? What's your recommendation?
I'm also in the Jack Stack camp, although I've not had any Kansas City barbecue that I didn't like.
Right.
So you really can't go wrong. There's also some other thing, the Boulevard Brewery is a great little tour. There's a lot of really fun things to do that are super close to the convention center as well. So, I'm a Jack Stack fan. I like burnt ends, and I like the cheesy corn. The cheesy corn. That's cheesy corn. That's what you got to go with.
Yeah. I'm kind of a corn connoisseur. So cheesy corn. That sounds.
If you grow up, if you're a Central District person, you're a corn person, right?
That's true. That's true.
Hand in hand.
There's nothing more Midwest, or so to speak, Central District than corn. Right? Mashed potatoes, corn, meat.
All right, Brandy, you got to help Joe out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw out Arthur Bryant's. When I first came to just check out Kansas City, I came a lot over spring break before I lived here to go to the women's Big 12 women's basketball tournament. They always took me to Arthur Bryant, so it's like a hometown favorite. You can't go wrong with it. If you want some good, authentic Kansas City barbecue, you got to hit up Arthur Bryant.
Arthur Bryant. All right. Well, I'm super excited. Like I said, all I hear is authentic, barbecue, Kansas City style.
Yeah.
Am I gonna sing the blues somewhere?
Oh, I'm pretty sure you will, Joe. Trust me on that one. I'm pretty confident we will work that into your schedule. We know you have to
Any
have
chance I can get on stage
but
and
you
sing
gotta
with them, or
hey Joe, no singing Grease songs this time. You're doing authentic blues, okay? Some real blues artists.
perfect.
None of this, Grease, I got chills are multiplied and stuff. Okay, we're leaving that in past conventions.
And didn't Lisa Simpson sing the blues? And she's from Springfield, Missouri, isn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, see,
that's all I'm saying.
maybe I'll even meet Bart while I'm there.
Oh, Joe, you know what though? We got more going on. We got more going on in Kansas City. I'm going to bring Matt on because he's going to talk about a couple more things that I know that you are actually going to be interested in. Matt, talk about the Central District MOSHAPE social. I know, right? See, Joe, you didn't even know this. How about that?
So every year at the Shape America conference, the Central District hosts a social. And this year, since we're in Missouri, we're partnering with Central District and MOSHAPE together to have a joint social. So all of the MOSHAPE folks are welcome. All of the Central District folks are welcome. There'll be more information coming out about that.
Yeah.
We'd love to have as many past Central District folks there as possible. So we're super excited about that. One of the things that I just wanted to mention for folks from Missouri that are listening is if you're a Shape America member and you live in a Central District state, you're a Central District member, right? So whenever there's something that says Central District, you can go to that. And we want all the Central District folks to take advantage of those opportunities. There'll be a Central District Awards session at the convention in addition to the social. So we're working on a location and the time will come out when the program comes out. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm super excited about that too. You were talking about Julie Luknoff before, and I was fortunate and lucky enough to be the Central District president after Julie.
Oh, wow.
And I also got a chance to go back and be my North Dakota Shape president a second time later on in my career. So Julie and I have had a lot in common, a lot of opportunities to work together, and she's awesome. So I'm super excited to get to Shape KC.
Joe, you know what? For everyone watching, I am busting out that promo video tomorrow that we shot last year at Shape Baltimore, because I got to tell you, it was epic. You had the whole place up on their feet chanting that. I got to give you a lot of credit for that one.
And we had to film like another promo video like on a balcony overlooking the baseball stadium. That was super cool.
And we've got some more promo stuff getting set soon to come out too. So we got a lot more coming out on promotion, certainly for Shape KC. But Joe, it is going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. And we're not just saying it because we're from Missouri. Okay. We're not just saying it because we're from the Show Me State. I mean, all I can tell you is we are saying it because we are from the Show Me State. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, they always say at the end of the day, a conference is only as strong as its host. So you know what I'm saying? You guys, show me.
Let's go.
Let's go. She's putting the challenge out to Brandy in this group. Hey, Joe,
yes.
We're there, man.
Yes.
We're there. And we'll make sure that
practice round on 100 years, and then we shift gears and give them another one in the spring.
That's
exactly.
Right.
So, Joe, we're just going to, as we wrap up our podcast, I just want to give everyone a final word. And Joe, we'll start with you. Final word on the podcast.
Yeah, like I said, I'm honored to have been invited here today. It was a privilege to sit and listen to you all talk for a good half hour for it, and just hyping up your state conference. And I'm just what a privilege and honor it is for everybody in the state to have this opportunity to have a state conference where you're going to put all this time and energy and passion into it, because you're celebrating the past and the future in 100 years, and then to be able to shift gears to the spring and host the Shape America National Conference as well. Like, this is the professional development year of all years for physical education, health education in the state of Missouri. And you all are the hosts, and I am honored and privileged to be a part of it.
Yeah. Matt, let's shift to you. Final word.
Hey, we're super excited, looking forward to next week, the 100th MOSHAPE Convention. And then really excited about the spring too. And we hope as many Missouri folks that can will come to Shape America. You don't have a lot of opportunities when it's in your backyard.
Right.
And so we really hope folks take advantage of that. And then the last thing I would say is I want to shout out again Missouri Healthy Schools for the partnership that they've had with us over the years. And we hope that continues in the future. So not too late to sign up for MOSHAPE, and registration's open for Shape America. So do both of those things.
Absolutely. And Brandy, the president, working with the big team, the executive committee, the executive board, final word.
Yeah, I look forward to what we're doing next week. We've worked really hard to put together this amazing round of sessions, the community, the camaraderie. You will not leave without your cup being filled. And then we get to turn around in March and have round 2 with Shape America in our backyard. And I just want to give a shout out to Matt. He is a phenomenal executive director and leads with such purpose and stability and just like evenness to say, hey, we got this. We got this. That's a good problem to have, is a lot of the time, like things we've said, that's a good problem to have. And so thank you, Matt, for your leadership. Guy, thanks for jumping on. And Joe, I appreciate you coming to hang out with us tonight, bringing the passion, bringing the enthusiasm. Man, we match it here. And I'm just saying, we're just trying to keep it 100 in Missouri. And we hope to see everybody next week.
Absolutely. Just want to thank everyone for watching tonight's MHA podcast live. This will be obviously put out tomorrow, so you can watch the replay. We hope you do. And just want to let everyone know from our MHS family that our next podcast live is actually going to be next Thursday on November 13th at 7 o'clock. And we're going to be going behind the care, how a Missouri school health program empowers nurses. I got to tell you, we've already done the prep show for that just a few days ago. Got a chance to meet our guest. That is going to be a phenomenal show, because if you think that nurses are just about, looking at some boo-boos and putting thermometers in mouths, you got another thing coming. Because I got to tell you, when I was listening to what they're doing today, it is really unbelievable. So we cannot wait to offer that podcast to you live. Going to be next Thursday again on November 13th as we go behind the care, how a Missouri school health program empowers nurses. Well, for my distinguished guests, for Matt, for Brandy, and certainly for Joe, I want to thank you so much for being part of the MHS Podcast Live right here. Thank you all, and have a great night.